What if the thing your team is missing is not a superstar, not a viral highlight, not a box score monster, but a player who quietly changes everything around him? That is the lesson the Charlotte Hornets are learning right now, and it is one the Boston Celtics learned years ago. The name at the center of this realization is Grant Williams, and his impact goes far beyond what most fans ever notice at first glance. In today's NBA, it is easy to overlook players who do not dominate headlines, but winning organizations know better. They understand that culture, accountability, and trust often come from players who embrace the details, and Grant Williams has been doing exactly that since the moment he stepped into the league. Boston fans have always known who Grant Williams really is: a winner, a connector, a player who elevates everyone around him. And now, after time in Boston, a short stop in Dallas, and a return home to Charlotte, the rest of the league is slowly catching up. Grant Williams was selected with the 22nd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft, and from the very beginning, there was something different about him. He did not arrive as a raw prospect who needed years of development. He arrived prepared, focused, and mentally ahead of the curve. His understanding of the game, his willingness to accept any role, and his emotional intelligence immediately stood out. As a rookie with the Celtics, Grant earned trust quickly, which is never easy on a team with championship aspirations. Boston does not hand out minutes. They are earned, and Williams earned them by doing the little things that rarely show up on highlight reels: setting physical screens, rotating on defense, communicating constantly, and making the extra pass. Those early seasons in Boston were foundational, not just for his career, but for the culture the Celtics were building. Williams became part of a core that valued toughness, accountability, and unselfish basketball. He learned under pressure, learned in playoff environments, and learned what it takes to win consistently at the highest level. By his third season, Grant Williams had carved out a clear role. He was playing around 24 minutes per night, contributing nearly 8 points per game on elite efficiency, and doing it for a team that ultimately reached the NBA Finals. That kind of trust does not happen by accident. It happens because coaches know exactly what they are getting every single night. What made Grant Williams special in Boston was not one specific skill. It was the combination of awareness, effort, and reliability. He knew where to be. He knew when to speak up. He knew when to sacrifice. And those traits became contagious. Teammates fed off his energy, coaches relied on his discipline, and the locker room respected his voice. After Boston, his journey took him briefly to Dallas, where circumstances and fit did not fully align. But sometimes in the NBA, timing and environment matter just as much as talent, and Grant Williams ultimately found himself where his story made the most sense: back home in Charlotte. From the moment he was introduced as a Hornet, it was clear this was personal. Grant spoke openly about growing up watching the team, feeling the passion of the fan base, and dreaming of bringing winning basketball back to the city. He was not there just to play. He was there to help change something. Then came adversity. A devastating ACL injury sidelined him for more than a year. For many players, that kind of setback can derail momentum, shake confidence, and weaken identity. But Grant Williams is not wired that way. His mental toughness became his greatest asset. He stayed engaged, stayed vocal, and stayed committed to being a leader even when he could not step on the floor. That period away from the game only reinforced what teammates and coaches already knew. Grant Williams does not disappear when things get hard. He leans in. He holds standards. He keeps everyone accountable, including himself. When he finally returned to the court, the difference was immediate. Since his return, the Hornets have played some of their best basketball in years, posting a strong winning record and showing a level of cohesion that had been missing. Williams' impact has been felt on both ends of the floor, but more importantly in the habits of the team. Charlotte is learning that Grant Williams' value cannot be measured by points, rebounds, or assists alone. His true influence shows up in effort, defensive communication, and emotional stability. He raises the bar for professionalism and consistency, and for a young team still defining its identity, that influence is priceless. This is where Celtics fans nod knowingly, because they have seen this story before. They understand that Grant Williams makes teams better, not by demanding attention, but by setting an example. His leadership is quiet but firm, his competitiveness is relentless, and his basketball IQ is elite. Winning cultures are built by players who care deeply about details and accountability. Grant Williams embodies both. And now Charlotte is beginning to understand why Boston trusted him in the biggest moments on the biggest stages. For the Hornets, this is not just about one player returning from injury. It is about discovering what real leadership looks like. It is about learning how standards are set and maintained. And it is about seeing how one individual can influence an entire locker room. Grant Williams has always been this player. The Celtics knew it from day one. Now the Hornets are seeing it unfold in real time. If Charlotte continues to build around players who value effort, intelligence, and responsibility, the future looks brighter. And if Grant Williams remains healthy, his presence could be one of the most important factors in shaping the next era of Hornets basketball. Sometimes the most impactful players are not the loudest or the flashiest. Sometimes they are the ones who show up every night, do their job, and demand excellence from everyone around them. That is who Grant Williams has always been. And that is why the Hornets are learning what the Celtics always knew. If you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA culture, player impact, and the stories that shape winning teams, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss future breakdowns. Just like Grant Williams, these details matter, and your support helps keep this channel growing.